Bay. I have exteriorized once or twice, but it was long before I heard of Scientology. It is a sensation very different from dreaming or making things up. After being introduced to Scientology, I have gone backtracked to earlier lives in basic auditing at least once, which also is not the same as dreaming. Have you ever exteriorized, and have you gone backtracked to earlier lives? Or is this part of what you refer to as nonsense? Well, bluntly, yeah, that is what I refer to as nonsense. But here's the thing about it, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you didn't experience what you experienced, or that, and how you interpret that experience is up to you. It's your subjective experience. So, but to tell me that you separated from your body as a spiritual entity and were, able to fly around or look around or do whatever it was that you did, or that you have back history, historical memories from before this lifetime, I'm not going to accept that as true just because you say it. And this is, and you have to understand that I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm not saying that what happened to you didn't happen. But I'm telling you that you're going to have to provide me with more substantive information or evidence before I'm going to believe that interpretation of your experience. Your experience might not have felt to you like a dream or a fantasy or an idea that you had, but it's the only way I can look at it until I see something that satisfies my disbelief in that experience. Right? And so again, there's no name calling here or labeling, but yeah, I would say that that's not something that I'm going to accept as true just because you say it happened. Right? And just, to throw this out there, in terms of critical thinking and in terms of skepticism, evidence is important. And when it comes to, like a court of law, or the law, eyewitnesses are given a lot of credence. Eyewitness testimony is given a lot of importance, and juries pay a lot of attention to people. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to science and scientific studies and sociological studies of eyewitness testimony, it is horrifically unreliable. People hardly ever remember things that happened correctly. You can take a video, you can test this anytime you want, you go back and look at old diary entries, and you are reminded of things you'd forgotten all about or remembered wrong, and this sort of thing. You go back and look at, old pictures, you look at old videotapes, and I didn't remember it that way at all, well, that's your memory, right? Memory is tricky. Memory is an amazingly deceptive and horribly unreliable. So, and I'm talking about just from an objective scientific point of view. So I have good reason to doubt the validity of somebody's fantastic or extraordinary claims when it comes to things like spiritual experiences or past life memories. You're going to have to go actually get some evidence that's going to show that claim is valid. And that's why I would use words like, nonsense, or, I highly doubt, or it's very suspicious, or that sort of thing. That's why, right? Because it is. And it's on the burden of proof when you're going to make a claim like that is on you. It's not on me. I don't have to go out of my way to find evidence to prove your claim. You're the one who has to do that. So I'm not, so again, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt by saying to you, I'm not saying you're malicious or mean or doing this out of some, knowing that it's a knowing fabrication on your part. I'm just saying that I don't have any reason to believe you. So that's my answer to that question.